In this training video, I'm going to talk about how to set up the inflatables for the safety of the children and everyone. This is the most important video, so please take special note and make sure all your volunteers watch this video. There are certain conditions that you cannot use the inflatables in. If the wind is blowing harder than 25 miles per hour, you cannot use the inflatables. If it is raining or if it's just windy, don't use them. Also, don't leave the inflatables out overnight and do not store them wet. If you do have to put them up wet because a storm came up, please make sure you let me know in person or by phone. And also, please do not return the inflatables dirty. We have a broom inside the trailer for this specific reason. Make sure you sweep them out after your event. To take note, there is also an inflatable agreement. This is a document that's going to be inside your notebook that I'll give you with the trailer keys. This form is designed to give you a check-off process to ensure everything is safe before you allow the children on the inflatables. So as long as you follow that step by step, it will help you through exactly what you need to do in order to make sure they're safe. As far as setting up the inflatables, you will have a tarp that we provide, and also a rug. It's a green grass rug that you'll put outside the inflatable to make sure all the kids put their shoes on there before they get in. There's going to be some sandbags we include. We don't use stakes anymore. So basically, you put your tarp out, you roll the inflatable out. We have a dolly that helps with this. You'll just pick them up on the dolly and roll them onto the tarp. You'll stretch them out, figure out where you want it to blow up. As far as the blowers are going to be in the back, there's an air filler tube that you're going to attach to the blower. And there's going to be one you attach to the blower and one you tie off. After you do that, you'll figure out where you want it and you'll blow it up. Turn everything on, and you may have to shift it just a little bit to make sure all the air gets to where it needs to be. But after you do that, make sure you inspect for holes and tears. I always advise the adults to get up in there, jump around, make sure everything's okay before you allow children in there. However, there is a part you have to secure each corner of the bounce house. There's going to be 4 sandbags, one on each corner. There's a clevis that clips onto the sandbag and onto the edge of this inflatable. It's pretty straightforward now. You just snap it on. However, it has to have those 4. It cannot be less than those 4 sandbags, or else it's illegal to use it. As far as the slide goes, it's a little bit different. We include a slide tether bag because there are 2 extra sandbags that you have to use for the slide. So this bag will hold 2 tethers because one tether will go on each side of the slide. And you'll snap this onto the top of the slide. You'll see a ring there, and this end will go down to the sandbag, and it'll secure. You'll stretch this tether out straight and make sure that it just helps secure the top of the slide just a little bit better. As far as watching the children, we want to make sure you supervise them at all times. There are safety signs that you can put out. They're required. Make sure you put them out. One's for the bounce house and one is for the slide. It reminds them no more than 5 children are allowed in the bounce house at one time, and no more than 1 child going down the slide at a time. Obviously, you will have more than 1 child on the slide, but just not coming down because they'll collide and hit at the bottom, obviously. So make sure that you supervise the children. You put out the signs. There are no shoes allowed, no pointy objects, etc. Just read the inflatable agreement on that. And make sure that you do not allow mixed ages to play. We don't want 2-year-old and a 13-year-old in the inflatable together. And just watch for any tricks that the kids are trying to do. They always try to act out sometimes with that when they're having fun. So just make sure that you have an adult watching them at all times. Never walk off. Don't put a 16-year-old in charge of watching the kids. Because that's when accidents could happen, and you want to make sure that you watch the kids. Make sure you listen for the generator if they're using those. If they run out of gas by chance, or if they just cut out, make sure that you have somebody there to get the children out immediately, because it comes down really quickly, and that's where your accidents will occur. So make sure that you always have somebody watching the kids, and if you do this, you should have a great event. And watch the next video for how to pack up the inflatables.